Hey, this is Brad Kazmarski back. Last time I talked about how I integrated my plyometrics and strength into transfer training and how I did that over a three-step process or three phases. I generally call that a cycle, but that's just my terminology. Some people had questions on how to integrate that into the in-season, so this is to describe that a little bit more. So pre-season, look back at that video. I talk about the three steps I build up. So having them separate, integrating them from explosive to strength, and then the last phase going into season, we do strength into explosive. That takes us to giving us the qualities we want to be explosive right before. So now season has started, or technically it's sports preseason, and then we run all the way through the season. How do we use that? What I do is I take the exact build-up process and reverse that. So if it goes up in three steps, now it goes down. So we've ended our going into our season with combining strength work into explosives. So we can ride that for a little while, maybe the first couple weeks. The athletes aren't too beat up yet. We can integrate some of that, because they're used to it already, some of that lifting right into explosives. But then as we hit the regular, go from preseason into regular season, now we're going to reverse that and take a step back. Now we're going to go into some lighter mixing of the opposite. So we're going to do a little bit of explosive work like med ball throws, then just go into some light bench press. And then we're going to finish that last month, which is going into the playoffs, in regular strength-based training. So going off of that previous build-up, now we're going away from that. And so we're going to end our regular season in playoffs in just basic lifting. We're taking away some of the explosive stuff, and we're taking away the speed. We don't really do the plyos or the jumps. We just do basic strength. So we've built up to explosive strength, mixing our two elements of plyometrics and strength. But then as the season goes on, we're taking that back down. So it's really a reverse curve. We spent the preseason building it up, and now we're taking the in-season, taking it away, because the sports practice takes care of that. Then we're going to playoffs, and all we're doing is the basic strength. People ask, what do you do from the playoffs on? We will lift all the way up until the championship game. Depending on when that game is, we might lift, we'll follow our lifting schedule. If it's 3 days or 5 days out, we will lift our last normal lift, and then they will a couple days off and play that championship game. So we've done the exact reverse curve in season. So I hope that makes sense of how we train in season. And then we take that same build up. So we've built up to preseason. Once the season has gone on, we go back down again. And now that it's off season, we're going to start that same build back up process. So it takes care of itself. It's a three-step process up, a three-step process back down to just strength. Now it's off season, take a little time off, and we're going back to that three-step process to build back up in the off season. So we're focused more on just getting basic strength and movement happening, and then we slowly will integrate our explosive work and mix it in ways we do again with our strength and plyometrics. So I hope that makes sense. It's a three-step process that in the preseason we build up, in the regular season, in postseason we build back down again, and then in the off season we slowly start that build back up again. So we're following a natural flow and curve towards the season, and we're using that, and then when we're off season, we're going to use that again. So I hope that makes sense of how I use and build those three phases and make cycles that take care of both the preseason, the in-season, postseason, and then the off-season again. And that takes care of our natural curve of our needs, and it gives the athletes something to look forward to, and it's a little bit of a change on a theme, and we get our goals accomplished.